request to do a video on how to express your dog's anal glands. I wasn't sure how I was going to do this because I don't really want to film it or do it on camera because it can get messy. But I did want to kind of talk about it, and then I will show you in a demo how to do one. So with anal glands or anal sacs are two glands that are found on opposite side of your dog's bottom. These sacs fill up with fluid. What is the purpose of the anal glands in the fluid? So there are a couple theories. One theory is that when the animal passes a bowel movement, that the bowel movement presses against the anal glands, causing the fluid to come out, and it lubricates the rectum so the bowel movement can come out easily. The other theory is that the anal gland sacs fill it with fluid that give a certain scent and certain information that animals within the same species can detect. So if you've ever seen two dogs greet each other, they'll sniff each other's butts because they're smelling the fluid in the anal glands and they're getting information from that fluid. Ideally, in a healthy dog, the anal glands will express on their own. From having a bowel movement, the bowel movement will pass along and apply pressure to the anal glands, and they will express on their own. Sometimes the anal glands do not express on their own and they can become full, and so that they don't become impacted, you may need to do them manually. Thinking about whether to express the anal glands or not, there are two main schools of thought with that. One is that you should leave them alone and let the process happen naturally, because if you start to do it manually, the anal glands will become lazy. Basically, like if you're given reading glasses, but you use your reading glasses all the time, your eyes will become used to the glasses and will become lazy, and then you'll really need them. So it's the same thing. If you constantly express the anal glands manually, you're gonna always need to do it. The second school of thought with anal gland expression is that if you are doing it regularly enough, you're doing it before a problem occurs. So it's fine to do it that often because you're preventing a problem. Going along with, let's say you've decided that you want to do it manually, how often should you do it? So I recommend doing it when you give your dog a bath, like their 4 to 6 to 8 week bath, because if you're doing it and then you express their anal glands, it's easier to clean them up if they're already in the tub because you're gonna just rinse them off and shampoo them anyway. So that's what I recommend, doing it when you give them a bath. So for me, that's once a month. That's pretty frequent. I feel like a lot of people don't bathe their dog probably that often, but you can do it every 4 to 6 weeks or every 6 to 8 weeks. That would be my recommendation. Unless there's a problem, in that case, you should be following your vet's recommendation. Signs to look for that maybe your dog's anal glands need to be expressed is, I think the most cliche way is the scooting. A lot of times they scoot just because their butt itches, but sometimes it's because they're trying to express their anal glands. So you'll see them scooting across the floor. You'll see them licking at their anal glands, things like that. You can also just feel, like if you feel for those two glands and they're the size of a marble, they probably need to be expressed. Now going into the actual anal gland expression. I have learned two ways of doing it. It's called the in-out method. So there's the out method, which means you stay on the outside of the dog's body, and that is typically what groomers do. It's done from the outside. Then there is the in method, and that is what veterinarians do, and you actually go into the dog's rectal cavity to express the anal glands. I'm going to show you both methods. One thing I will say, if you are planning on doing this yourself and you can tell that the anal glands are full by feeling they feel pretty full from the outside, and you go to express them and nothing comes out easily, stop. Don't keep pressing and applying pressure, because you can actually cause it to rupture or abscess. You can cause a bigger infection, because at that point, if they're not coming out easily, they may be impacted, and at that point you just need to take them to a vet anyway so they can do it and do an exam. Also, if after watching this video you still feel uncomfortable doing it yourself, you can go to a vet and they can teach you how to do it. Make an appointment, tell them that you want to be shown how to do it, and typically a technician will show you how to do it and you can learn that way. So the first method I'm going to show you using my fingers is the out method. Again, this is what the groomers use, and this is the first method that I learned. So let's pretend that my fingers, these two fingers, are your dog's bottom collectively. So the space here is going to be your dog's bottom, and then my two first knuckles here are going to be the anal glands. That's kind of the position that you're looking for. So for the out method, you're going to take your index finger and your thumb, and you're going to feel on either side of your dog's bottom these two glands. Now they're about the size of a pea to the size of a marble, depending on how large your dog is. So you're going to take your index finger and your thumb, and you're going to squeeze those two glands towards each other and then back out, like back out of your dog's body. So you're going to squeeze, and then fluid is going to come out. The fluid can range from a very liquidy state to more of a paste. You really want it to be a liquid and to not have a very bad scent to it. The color can range from brown to dark brown to white. The second method is the vet method, and this is for more if there's a problem, or your dog's anal glands fill up really quickly, or if you really just want a very thorough expression of the anal glands, because this does a more thorough job because you're actually entering your dog's body cavity than the groomer method. So again, with same premise, this is going to be your dog's bottom, and then the two first knuckles are the anal glands. In the vet method, you're going to need gloves and vet lube and paper towels and wet wipes. So you're going to take your gloved hand where the finger, your index finger, has the vet lube on it. You're going to insert the index finger into your dog's rectum, find the inside of the anal gland, like where it lies on the inside, and find where it lies on the outside, and you're going to squeeze the anal gland individually. So with the groomer method, you do them kind of together. You did both anal glands together. For the vet method, you're doing them one at a time. So you're finding it on the inside and you're finding it on the outside, and you're squeezing and pulling it back out of the dog's body, just like the fluid. Then you're going to just switch sides and do it on the opposite side. You're going to find the outside, find the inside, and squeeze, pressing back towards kind of where you're standing, back towards yourself. This is where you would be using paper towels or napkins or wipes to kind of shield your face from the anal gland liquid coming towards you, because some dogs will fire it back at you, like it'll come at you because it's so liquidy. Like the ones that are more like a paste just kind of ooze down, but the ones that are really liquidy fire out, like out towards you. So you want to make sure you have like a paper towel covering this area, or at least you're standing kind of off center from it, because if you stand right in front of it, there's a good chance you might get sprayed. So that is basically it. That's how you do it. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any other questions, leave them down below. And thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.